Top Trader is brought to you by Sanlam iTrade, now with transparent CFD trading on the exact JSE price. Chosen 8 lucky contestants from different walks of life to trade against each other and stand a chance to win a fantastic cash prize of R250,000. There will be elation, there will be disappointment.
But unfortunately it is within the rules of the competition.
And there will be friction.
You see, I was right. I told you guys number 2.
Stock trading is not for the faint-hearted. Last week on Top Trader, the contestants faced their first tribunal and completed their very first task. The competition was starting to heat up. After last week's tension-filled tribunal, the contestants are hoping for an easier time. It's time again to catch up with their mentors and see how their portfolios are performing with Gerard, Ian and guest mentor Nerina Visser.
But what's going on with this SAB obsession? Are you planning a big party or something? Almost half your portfolio at SAB.
Yeah, everybody likes alcohol.
And here comes Old Mutual, 29,000 Rand.
Yes, yes.
What happened?
For me, it seemed like a great
Yeah, but why only 1,000 shares?
Yeah, it is worth it.
If you double your money in that shares, it's virtually not going to make a difference to your portfolio.
Now I look through your portfolio and I see Billiton, BTI, Harmony, Investec, Lonman, MTN, Old Mutual, SAB and Sasol. All of them Rand head shares. That's a huge bet on the currency.
Governor Marcus from the Reserve Bank has repeatedly stressed the most important threat to inflation is the Rand exchange rate. What is inflation? It has a big impact on monetary policy where the interest rates go up, not good for stocks, or where the interest rates come down, positive for stocks in the longer term, and so it really has got to be a prime focus.
You've gone down another 3,000 Rand or so, you're down 18,000 Rand on your portfolio. From the million you started with, you'll have to look at getting into profits quickly.
What's going on with Mondi PLC, Mondi Limited? The mentors told you last time, why have you got both? And you've still got both.
I think they've both shown good momentum on separate scales and they move slightly differently and one almost acts as a lag towards the other.
So on paper it looks good then. That's my joke.
Again, we spoke about Mondi PLC, Mondi Limited last time. You did it again.
It's a good stock, both.
But why split it between the two?
You realize it's just one company?
Yes, one company, but they're moving differently.
Jason, there are computer programs sitting next to the traders, and they are looking for fractions of a cent.
Pick the one that's at the lowest price and trade just one. Why trade both?
No, I understand that. But
doesn't look like you understand it because you keep doing it.
But whether or not I bought them both or bought them separately, it doesn't really make much of a difference. I mean, I could have just put it all into one.
We're trying to save you time and money.
Things have been going a bit haywire, so I just want to sit tight and not make any panic decisions too soon.
So what about Discovery? Have you got a stop loss on that?
I made a mistake there. By the time I opened up again, it was back down, and then I was just like, no.
Had it broken your stop loss?
Here's my problem. No. Well,
yes or no?
Yes, but I didn't have a stop loss on it.
Are you looking for losses?
No.
We discussed this. Limit your losses. Make your potential profits unlimited.
You did quite well. You doubled your profit from 15,000 to nearly 32,000 Rand, so your portfolio is up 32,000 nearly. So it's not going badly.
My portfolio is totally out right now, but I actually was trying to push it as hard as I can because I knew that it's elimination week, and I just wanted to push it to the point where at least I'm ahead of the other guys. Hi, how are you?
I think better than you.
If you have many children, you have one or two that sometimes disappoint you. Now I must say that I think you're one of them. We spoke last time to you about these small little profits and small little losses.
I don't know how to hold on.
That was the same last time.
Sanlam was my biggest trap. And yeah.
That's dangerous to say Sanlam is a trap. But you know why the share price came down when the results actually released? Because there are too many mabusos.
The biggest issue that I had was that I was looking for a way on how to at least get as close as to 1 million before the tribunal. So I thought Sanlam was going to be an easy money kind of situation.
There's no such thing. easy money. That happens in here. It doesn't happen in reality in the markets.
At the moment, you're a great contraindicator. I think I'm going to use you when you buy something, I'm going to sell it very quickly.
You were in a profit of 4,000 Rand last time. You're now down 28,000 Rand about. So as you said, nearly 3%.
The only way to actually win in this game.
You keep on saying, this game. This is a business. It's about money.
So you're down again this week?
No, I'm not down. I made some profit, yeah.
Your total portfolio is down?
Yes, it is down because I had to sell some of my losing positions.
Quite confident, but I'm not so sure it's going to go too well in there.
Because you've made 1 or 2 big losses here.
Yeah, yes.
What is your stop loss strategy?
Okay, at first it was 7%, and then I realized that it was like too high, and then I had to change it. So for now I do have a new one, which is about 4 to 5% depending on the stock. So that's why I had to close all my losing positions.
Why did you sell Old Mutual and First Rand when it was like less than 1% down? What was the reason for closing those positions?
I realized that I've been holding them for too long and they are not making me any profit, so that's why I decided to sell them.
So now you're buying slow moving shares and then selling them because they don't move.
I've lost so much money. So for now, I'm trying to protect what I have as much as I can.
Your portfolio was down 22,500 Rand last time. It's now down 31,500.
Okay, the reason why I went down is because I had to close my losing positions.
Johannes.
Hi.
Interesting. You've been doing nothing. Have you forgotten your password to your Sanlam iTrade account?
No, not really.
Buy a sell button didn't work.
Trying not to take a loss.
Oh, you're succeeding in making losses but not taking.
You've got a strong stomach.
I wanted to buy some resources.
You've got like 70% of your portfolio in resources.
It's very much risky.
You know, you talk a lot about it might recover. It may not go down so much. Gee, that's not conviction.
I'm still worried about the size of your stop losses. A 20% stop loss can really take you right out of the business. Sorry, state of affairs is that your portfolio has gone from a small profit to a loss of 23,000. I think it's important to be a bit more active.
Last week you said to the mentors, don't worry, next time I'm going to excite you. So what do you have planned for in there? Because it ain't going to be your portfolio that's going to excite them.
Last time we yawned, we nearly fell asleep.
Yes.
Because you did 4 trades and you stuck with that. And then you said something.
So I'm going to excite you?
Yes.
Put your head into the lion's den.
So now you've got 5 shares.
I do have 5 shares.
And you had about 10 trades.
Yes, so there are a few that are opened and closed day trades.
That didn't seem to make much sense because you bought and sold at very much the same price.
I don't know.
Small profit, small loss.
I mean, a small profit is still a profit.
So you're still at a small profit, just over 6,000 Rand. It is not too shabby in the sense that the market as such is down 2 or 3% from where it was when we spoke last time. Maybe you must excite us with a nice big profit next time.
The best I can do is beat the market, you know, so...
Oh, you have to beat 7 other competitors.
My benchmark is to consistently beat the market, and I think that consistently beating the market will beat the other 7 or 6 contestants.
You might have to do a little bit more than that.
Okay.
He didn't bring that aura, this is, of excitement into it.
You've done quite well this week.
Did I?
Aren't you watching what you're doing, dude?
Well, strategies I'm following well. I just want to tap into the everyday consumption of the consumer. So I think British American Tobacco, famous brands, and Woolies, they offer me that exposure into the everyday consumption of the consumers.
Can I ask a question there, Puli? You want to focus on where there is consumer consumption, and yet if we look at private sector credit extension, if we look at retail sales, they're not growing. The rate of growth, if anything, is contracting.
I don't want to base my reasons on making trades on price to earnings growth because I'm not very knowledgeable about it yet.
Can I make a suggestion? Don't try to maintain a position where you feel comfortable. Go out there and live in your discomfort level.
Well, another thing I need to address with you is that one of our contestants simply didn't pitch. We don't know what has happened to him, but I think it's safe to say he's out of the competition. And I was going to ask whether or not we should have a look at his portfolio, but I suppose at this point it's irrelevant. He's no longer in the game.
I think it's clear, just in accordance with the rules of the competition, we need to be extremely strict and stringent in accordance with how we run the show. And I think the competition rules are specific. We have no option but to eliminate you.
After a thorough grilling from the mentors during the tribunal, our top trader contestants are given more tools to equip themselves with by guest mentor Nerina Visser. With every trading portfolio, there is always a fair amount of risk involved. This morning, Nerina will be lecturing them on risk and risk analysis. After Nerina's theory, it's time to put things into practice. So we head off to Turfontein Racecourse for this week's challenge. Well, for today's challenge, we're at the Turfontein racetrack in Johannesburg. Each team gets 500 Rand plus an additional 500 Rand from Turfontein to see how much money they can make. It's all about risk and risk management. Well, let's see if they can put those lessons they learned from the lectures to practice. On arrival at Turfontein, the contestants are given a thorough breakdown of how a computer form works and the process of betting on the horses by Gary Joseph. Mbuso throws an interesting question into the mix.
Is it safe for us maybe to look at the way the trainers are talking to the jockeys? Like, because body language, 70% of all communication is non-verbal.
I wouldn't say so.
Johannes is determined to do this methodically.
We choose two.
I think I agree with you.
And so the task begins, with Pule as the leader of Team Alpha and Johannes as team leader for the Eagles.
You can't go for wins on two horses, then you shoot yourself in the foot.
But guys,
Mbuso seems determined to get his own way, even if nobody really understands what that is.
let's place a small amount for a win, and then we place a bigger amount than the place.
Then at the 1,000-meter sprint marker,
And so the races begin.
To a good break. But Tell My Star's going on to
Team Alpha quickly learns that there's no such thing as a safe bet.
We lost.
We lost.
10% of our capital is gone.
10%.
10%.
So these are what the people actually think. Now, who's got more of a thingy?
Thingy, Jason, is that a technical horse racing term?
We're betting a place for number 2.
Place number 2. For
Yeah.
how much?
150.
We just bet on Quad B and Montolupo.
But what we don't have at this moment is inside information. So if you're willing to share some of that.
Insider information. Would that be a psychological profile of the horse?
No inside information, but
We must figure out these things ourselves with the stats that we have, all right?
Yeah, so we go for a win for number 8 then.
for number 8.
Ori seems to be getting the hang of this and gambling like a seasoned pro.
The odds to win is even money. So to place is like 10%. So if I'll put down 300, you'll win like 30 bucks.
Okay, guys, we need to get a betting in.
So are we going to bet on hunches or what?
Hey guys, can we do a wild bet?
We lost last time with the wild bet, guys.
Montolupo and Quad B.
Montolupo is about 8 or 9 lengths further back and behind the leader. And at the back is Road Trip racing about a dozen off them.
For Team Alpha, the spirit of the races really seems to be coming alive. Pule gets caught up in all the excitement.
Run! Yes!
And still, Team Eagle are discussing their strategy.
Well, that's kind of betting against yourself.
Put 100 Rand in, right?
You're betting against yourself.
We just won 45 Rand.
But that way we are like kind of diversifying our...
No, you're not diversifying.
This one didn't win.
Clearly not. And Team Eagles out of the gates to a good start.
Number 2, no, number 8.
Number 8.
The number 8 is
What are you feeling?
Let me check the comments first.
Mbuso seems obsessed with what Team Alpha's doing, to the point that it starts to annoy his other teammates.
Let's assume that they're winning, and because the last time we got a nasty surprise. Nasty.
That's why I'm saying instead of focusing on them, how about we focus on...
Exactly,
Yeah,
forget about them.
Forget about them.
Cherry on the cake. Spin number 1.
Solofello's adamant about the winner for the next race.
Cherry on the cake, right?
Yeah. Guys, what about number 6 as well now to get Jet Fever or Henry Higgins?
But Jason isn't convinced.
We've bet 530, we have 470 left. Now, we don't want to go on and bet more than we need to and introduce the, and think the risk of losing more.
Johannes seems to be coming into his own in this task.
7, 8, 9, 10, up from there.
I don't know why Ori's not picking up his phone. I think we do Dance Alley because of its strong finishing.
Jason and Pule place the bet, but go with a different horse.
Dance Alley looks like it's strong at finishing. In this last couple of races, it's ended stronger than it started.
His gates are open and away they go. They got them away to a perfect start. Cherry on the Cake is the early leader with Moy Cavano and Come With Me racing just a length off the leader. Mystic Tigress racing back and forth. Mystic Tigress starts to run on, but Colin Story still in front on Cherry. On the Cake, he's too clear. And Cherry on the Cake, top ride by the young kid.
Quickly, each team learns that there's no such thing as a sure bet. The greater the risk, the greater the reward. Jason realizes his mistake.
Sorry.
And Solofello quickly reminds him.
And they didn't bet on it.
It's just our winners we didn't get right. A winner is a scarcity. It's a 1 in a million, you know, that you can... So we must always go for places.
Pule is convinced that Solofello has a sixth sense when choosing winners.
Let's be honest, Solofello, all the horses that he has been suggesting have been winning.
East alone, Henry Higgins is quick to go to Mirak down the inside, racing handy. They 2 lengths clear. Great White is storming up the Henry Higgins trying to fight back.
Even the ever as cool as a cucumber Ori gets caught up in the excitement of the races.
You got it.
If we win this one, we have won it.
1,450 metres, gates are open and away and racing.
Yes, boys!
Breathless didn't get the best of
As their time runs out, their excitement levels build to fever pitch.
Count and leads from All in the Mind racing second. In third is
Come on! Go!
on the moon
Yes!
outside the red and black. In fourth, 5 lengths off the leader, Vivacious Star, Music Affair, and then comes Breathless. As they head on down towards the 800 metre mark, and Size Does Count goes away by 5 lengths here. But now it's Break of Dawn who comes to pick it up with 150 to go. From Walking on the Moon who's back in second. It's down the inside, Break of Dawn, he'll win it. Break of Dawn goes on to win it. Walking on the Moon second, third Vivacious Star.
Fresh.
You see, I was right. I told you guys number 2. Break of Dawn. Everyone loves Twilight.
Ah, yes. Hindsight's always 20/20.
There's a saying in Zulu that says, I don't bet a horse that I don't ride.
Let's just hope that the other team's just as upset right now.
Well, it's been a wonderful day here at Turffontein, and I think the guys have had lots and lots of luck. But remember, it is a challenge. There will be a winner and there will be a loser. So guys, won't you join me on this side? Let's see who Lady Luck favoured today.
I hope we have this one in the bag.
But
I doubt.
Stay almost.
Well, what about Team Alpha? How did you guys feel the challenge went today?
We had a good day, yes. Definitely had a great day.
Johannes, did you feel at all that you were at a disadvantage with only 3 players in today's challenge?
Jules, not at all. And we decided, you know, that we're going to stick to a strategy. And we had lots of fun.
Horse race betting is more like dynamic, which means, let's say for the first race you have a strategy. You don't have to use the same strategy for the next race because the things are always changing.
But for me, it was just interesting to see the similarities with trading and share investing. But I think it's more the risk management side, where sometimes we found backing another horse or 2 horses could sometimes give you more chances than just one.
The trading's helped out a lot to help us keep a cool head and look at a couple of things, not weight things too heavily.
I think it was more about the numbers. We just looked at the history of a horse, its performance, and we based our decisions on that.
Well, at Turffontein, there are winners and there are losers, and the same can be said for our top traders. Well, the winning team today is... with 577 Rand,
How did this happen? I can't believe it.
Well, they're getting very, very excited. Well, guys, let me just tell you, it was so incredibly, incredibly close. You guys had 541 Rand and 40 cents. So it was very, very, very close. Well done, Team Alpha. Another win in the bag. Let's see if we can keep this up. We might shuffle it all around, but today is an elimination round. So unfortunately, you guys will be going into the elimination room and one of you will be leaving.
I can't believe it. I honestly thought we lost that.
Wow!
That was intense, eh?
I don't know if I want to shift you or...
Nah, come on. Don't do that. Don't go in hindsight and say you should have done this, you should have done that.
I honestly thought we were down and out. I mean, I was down.
But we did because we went for wins.
What I think made this all also a lot more special is that we all really had a turn to pick a horse.
If you're experienced and you're skilled, you'll probably make a lot of money. You'll probably make a lot.
Don't fool yourself. Don't fool yourself.
They poker faced us hard.
Guys, come and see what you've won. Each one of you gets one of these Samsonite travel bags. Enjoy them. Off you go. Well, as the sun sets on a wonderful challenge today here at Tweefontein Racecourse, for the winning team, they get to walk off with great prizes, but for the losing team, it's a walk into the elimination room. Contestants, this is how it's going to work. First things first, we have to deal with the Xolile issue. He did not pitch up for his challenge, nor did he pitch up for his lecture. He has been disqualified. That's the end of that. And for some of you, or those of you who thought because he was disqualified that this would not be an elimination round, you're wrong. Today is an elimination round. And here's how it's going to work. You are safe, Team Alpha. The team in the front, Team Eagle, you're not safe. You lost your challenge. One of you will be going home. Team Alpha, off you go. Colbert, Mbuzo, Johannes. One of you will be safe. Gentlemen, I'd like to know from each of you who you think should be eliminated this week. Starting with you, Mbuzo.
I don't want to choose anybody, in all honesty, but I will choose somebody who I think is a threat. So I'm going for Johan.
Johannes, who do you think should be eliminated?
Well, if I have to use the argument of who I think is more competitive or is my competitor, I would say that weighing all the pluses and minuses, Colbert is the one to go home.
But he's not the weakest link, is he?
No, he's the strongest one.
He's the strongest link. And that'll only do you harm going forward, because if you stay in the same team and you eliminate the strongest player every single time, you're going to forever be in the losing team. So it's not really the greatest strategy. Colbert?
I'll go for Mbuso. The reason being, I would want to keep Johannes with me, because I feel that I still have a lot to learn from him, and because I still don't know much about technical analysis, and Johan does know a lot about it.
The contestant with the strongest portfolio will leave the room now. Then the other two will then need to explain to the judges why they should stay. You'll have to beg and you'll have to plead. The person with the strongest portfolio in this group is Johannes. You're safe. You can leave the room. This is your final chance to win over the mentors and your last chance to save yourself. Colbert, why do you think you shouldn't leave today?
I'm a very strong team player, and I do feel that I've made like some mistakes in the beginning. That's why I lost money. But I'm here to learn, and so all I need is that chance to learn from the best. And I hope that if I do really apply what you tell us to do, I will improve, and there's room for me to improve. So all I need is that chance for me, like the second chance for me to pull myself up and move forward.
Mbuzo?
On my side, I will say yes, I did lose money. Maybe I've lost the most in the whole competition so far, but there's a lot of people who are going to be watching this. And as they are watching this, they're going to want to start being traders. So at first time, you don't succeed. You need to try again.
Thank you, Mbuzo and Colbert. I think both of you put some good arguments forward. It's up to the mentors now to decide who stays and who leaves. Let's give them some time to deliberate. You can leave the room for now. Mentors, do your thing. I'll be back in a couple of minutes.
Colbert said he's a team player. He's here to learn. He wants the opportunity to improve himself.
It will be a sad thing for me to leave the show because I was hoping to learn a lot. And so if I get eliminated today, which means I'm not going to get that chance, but still it doesn't stop me from picking myself up.
It's all about himself. Mbuso, interestingly, had a very different outlook. He was interested in the viewership of CNBC.
In all honesty, I'm not happy. I don't want to go home. I really do not want to go home.
You still, yes, I'm drunk, huh?
I believe that I can bounce back and kill this competition.
Another week like that, he would have been at the bottom.
This is a portfolio shootout, effectively. And so the poorest performer is the one who gets left behind.
Thank you. We have a decision.
The dream of becoming CNBC Africa's Top Trader 2013 comes to an end right now for one of you. And for the other one, you get to continue trading. Mbuzo, Colbert, you, Colbert, are not the top trader for 2013. Say your goodbyes, everybody. I can be the softie now. Well played, well played. Off you go. Thank you. Goodbye. And then there were 6. Colbert, how are you feeling?
It's a bit of a heartbreak because I was looking forward to this so much and now I'm out of it. But it's not gonna stop me from becoming a trader. I just have to pick myself up and keep moving. Yeah.
Yes, you do. And there's always next year.
Next week on Top Trader, the contestants face one of their most daunting challenges yet.
I feel like I'm going to have a heart attack watching you. Just be honest with me, nobody's judging you now, it's you and me. Right, I can help you with this. What's going on?
It came as a bit of a shock. I thought after Zolia didn't pitch that maybe he would have just been eliminated on technicalities.
I think what we did wrong in the challenge was that we went for the wins.
I cannot judge whether it was fair, but I can say that I will try my best.
Colbert's elimination came as a big surprise.
It made me realize the seriousness of this game.
It makes you realize now that it's a, you know, I think we were very friendly to each other, and today we kind of realize, okay, you can be friends, but at the end of the day, one person goes home.